Inside the Juno Reactor this week, it's a pleasure to welcome a Psytrance artist, producer and remixer known as BLiSS. I first saw him perform in Mexico in 2014 and loved his full-on sound and full-on stage performance. Now on his third Juno Reactor remix, he has outshone himself, delivering one of the finest remixes I've heard. This podcast is the first time we've spoken, which you can sort of tell. I hope you enjoy this conversation inside the Juno Reactor. Nice to have you here, BLiSS, Guillotine.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You did an amazing remix of Navras.
Thank you. You had great stems.
Yeah, everyone's really excited about it. What I really like about your productions is it's not the digga-dun, 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 and that's it, you know. It's really quite, it's very involved, it develops, it's sort of got a lot of different styles. And where did you come from?
I wanted to play drums when I was 10 or 11, but my parents told me, no. Sent me to play guitar.
Yeah.
This one is the first one. My mom's 72 Yamaha.
Oh, nice.
So I started playing guitar, and I was really into heavy metal in the 90s.
What sort of bands?
Well, Metallica, very deep in my heart, and Pantera. Any metal that's not screaming too much, you know? I like to understand what they're saying. I don't like the death metal stuff. I don't like this.
I like seeing a lot of these sort of young girls sort of doing the death metal speech.
Singing.
Yeah, like no. They sort of go from like singing to, you know, screaming and yeah, really quite beautiful voices, and then they go
yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't relate to that. I'm stuck in the 90s, man. That's it. And then I was 16, I started studying jazz on guitar.
Wow.
And I hated it, you know, but I did it for like 2 years. But some of it's sticked, you know. I have the knowledge, a bit of it. I don't consider myself a jazz player because, or to be super talented or to have a super ear like, I don't know, Jimi Hendrix or something.
Did you have bands? Were you in bands in Israel, or were you in Israel, or were you somewhere else?
I had the dream of a band. I had a few friends, mates, like playing together, but it went nowhere. And then I got the small MC 303.
First one I had was an MC 202.
That's also a Groovebox, yeah?
No, it's this thing. I'll show you.
I still have it.
Yeah, it's still one of my favorite.
Oh, it looks like a SH.
Yeah, it's like I think it's better than an SH101 because it's got like I mean the sort of the LFO. I think the LFO and the pulse is like very Juno. I mean everything Juno is that, you know. But I did like about maybe 2-3 albums on that thing.
Really?
Where you're just like punching in like patterns and there's no sort of memory to it at all.
Yeah.
It just sort of, yeah, you have to write it in every time.
I never went down the route of external hardware. Never did that.
I'm still pretty hardware orientated. I just prefer it. I mean, I'm sort of a bit more in the box now, but mixing and stuff. But I like to get everything spread out on the desk. And
you have a nice viola there. Eh?
That's my new favorite thing. When in lockdown, I had this track and I thought, well, I really need someone who can't play the violin or viola very well.
Yeah.
So I decided to learn that thing. I learned on a Chinese thing and then I got this one. Lately, I've been sort of trying, the better I get at it, the more I like pissing around with different effects and sort of making up effects out of the eventide.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go this. Got this thing where it's just like circular time frames.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's really nice. Like even if this doesn't sound so good, you can then just record the. And those sort of. It's just quite. I love playing it. Just
instant ambience, yeah.
Instant ambience and like some of the noises that you can get like just through playing rubbish, you know?
Yeah. Who needs contact?
and I sort of get off on that quite a bit. And I mean, I love this one. I really like.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah, this is just a charango. So like a. So it's got that. It's a bit like a sort of mandolin, I suppose. And I haven't used it yet.
Did you play the guitar on Pistolero?
No. That's Steve Stevens, who's like Billy Idol's guitarist. And he played with Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like I suppose like post-punk guitar god of America.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guitarist. Even when he picks up like a really shit guitar and a shit amp, it just like...
It's all about the guitar player, man, at the end of the day.
It is, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm not a good guitar player, you know. I sit in the studio, sometimes I need to take like a million takes until I'm punching down properly.
Yeah, well, I think you're pretty good.
Yeah, but until I'm happy in the studio, it takes a while sometimes.
Yeah.
Now my pinky is killing me, man. I can't use it. Maybe it's because she's offended. I don't know, because, you know, the pinky is not used a lot.
Well, maybe if you check out Django Reinhardt, he only had 3 fingers.
Yeah, I know you can play with 3 fingers, you know.
Yeah.
You know Steve Vai? You know,
yeah,
of course.
Mm.
So he had a injury in his arm, the pick in hand, and he couldn't play for a few months. But he posted a video of him making a whole song just with the left hand.
Yeah, yeah.
The right hand is like this, strapped, holding the guitar, and this hand is playing everything.
Yeah, all the hammer-ons. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I really enjoyed making this remix. It was a bit difficult at some point because you have a lot of material there, you know.
It's a lot, huh?
A lot of it, and you have to make it into one cohesive thing with new ideas. And for me, the most important thing when remixing someone is that the original artist will will appreciate it, you know, and enjoy it and like it and play it. Not always the easiest task, you know.
Well, I think that's what makes you such a amazing remixer. I mean, all the ones that you've done for us, you've always, I think, like Guillotine was the first one, and right. And that I thought was brilliant. I mean, I stopped playing the one that we made and just played your one when I was DJing, and then you did the Ingonyama one, and again I stopped playing the original one and just played your one.
That one turned out good, man. It was a big hit also for me.
Yeah. And I think with this one that what you've done is quite amazing.
Did you notice that the melody in the middle, in the big break, it's drawn out of your melody? That's your melody, and then I took it to a different harmony.
I really loved all of the stuff that you did with the changing of the keys of like the Vedic chants and stuff like that. Yeah.
The end part.
All the vocoder stuff. And that was really good. Say like with your Psytrance, like Psytrance isn't particularly that well known anyway, a lot around the world, or say in the more conventional areas. But how did you then sort of navigate to Psytrance?
I went to a few underground parties, enjoyed the vibe. I realized I'm a lone wolf. Electronic music, man, you can sit in your man cave by yourself and do everything. And I enjoyed that.
And how do you find it when you're collaborating with like Infected Mushroom and people like that?
Now I miss it. To be honest, now I miss it. And now I want to be in a band and play in Wembley or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Why didn't you do that then?
I think it's too late, man, to fill up Wembley.
I don't think so. I think nothing's too late, but I think it's a good thing to. I think it'd be great if you put a band together. Yeah, live drums, bass, and keep the sequences going and stuff like that. I think it'd be fantastic.
I have a drum set. My parents can't stop me now.
Now you've got kids and stuff like that. How do you find that with your music?
That transition at the beginning was a bit tough, you know. I think my family is very understanding. My wife is fully supportive, and when I need the time in the studio, I get it. So no complaints in that area.
I found it really strange when I was thinking, oh Christ, when I get kids, it's going to be the death nail of, you know, creativity and stuff like that.
No, the opposite.
I found it the opposite. Yeah, I found
some of my biggest tracks came after I did after the kids. And some of the inspirations came from the kids. I have this song, which people like it. It's called My LSD Song. Yeah. And there's the melody there. I actually took it from the ABC song, you know? Okay. Now I know my ABC. So I took one note and took it semitone down into a harmonic minor or something. Changed the ABC to LSD because everybody likes it in the Psytrance. So. And there you have it. And that's from singing a lullaby to my son, you know?
Yeah, nice.
Came about.
Not so similar, but when Scarlett was about 5, that's when I got asked to do the Matrix thing. And my partner and Django, my son, and Scarlett were all meant to go to South Africa and leave me alone to write the stuff for the Matrix. I was flying out to LA because I had to go out to LA to do it.
Yeah.
But so like when I was at home, I had to like prepare, and I thought, okay, so you know they're going off to South Africa for a holiday. That'd be fine. I've got 2 weeks. I can prepare. And we got to the airport, and they wouldn't let Scarlett on the plane because she needed a new passport. So I had to take Scarlett back, and Scarlett came back with me, and she helped me sort of like, you know, a lot of things. And then things like she'd say, "Oh, can I play the guitar?" And I'd say, sure. So I gave her the guitar with the zoom on it. And this was like for Mona Lisa Overdrive. And I said, look, just play it. You know, it's going through an effect and all this stuff. And I said, just play it wherever you want, you know, but just don't do too much. So she sat on the chair, like doing these noises with this effect. And I thought, wow, it sounds quite good. So when I got out to LA and I was playing them the rough ideas, they were like, there was loads of sound effects and they don't like sound effects. But this was the one sound effect they really loved was Scarlett's guitar playing. So it stayed on.
So she stayed on it.
Yeah.
The sound stayed on it.
Yeah, she got a credit as well for Reloaded.
Really?
Mm.
Credit in the movie and the end.
You have to credit everyone that does everything for those things anyway.
Credit for your creations is one of the most important things.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't have credit for it, what's left when you're gone? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on those sort of movies, there's 8 million people on them anyway. But what are you listening to nowadays then?
The latest album that my wife and I love to listen to is that guy from Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant.
Okay.
He has a new album with some singer, country singer or something. And
she's amazing.
Oh, you know this album?
Yeah, I know the first one that he did with her.
It's really nice. I enjoy it very much. You know, it's a bit maybe on the old side, but
it's an amazing album.
I don't listen to a lot of psychedelic trance at home, to be honest. I think I've heard of most of it. Most of the times, that's not what feeds my soul and my inspiration.
What other people do you listen to?
I really enjoy a Kaya project.
Okay.
From
ethnic sort of music.
I think it's Seb Taylor. He had that project Shakta in the 90s. I loved it.
Yeah.
I can enjoy some blues music. Sometimes I'm just gonna put a backing track and play some guitar and blues things. It's easy to play on top and practice your note choice. Ben, let's make a track together. Come on.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to. I mean, I quite like doing those sort of things in person as well.
Yeah. So we'll plan something. I just want them to hear it on the video. That we are both keen to do it. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
nice
find
one.
the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
What's
definitely.
up, Ben?
Ciao. Thanks again to BLiSS for coming along, to Maro at Kenji Productions for producing these shows. If you want to follow the podcast, do hit the subscribe, the like button, or even place a review. This helps our visibility on certain platforms. And hopefully again visit us inside the Juno Reactor.